Good afternoon, everybody. I am at Government Center, but don't let the green fool you because today we're taking the blue line to the least used station. That's Suffolk Down. Alright, and here we are at Suffolk Downs after a very speedy ride on that Blue Line train. So here we are at Suffolk Downs, and I gotta be honest, this station is so reminiscent to me of like a, Franklin Avenue shuttle sort of station, because it is a proper station, but maybe it's because the Blue Line uses such short trains and is just in general feels like a little mini transit line, but it feels like a little mini downsized station, kind of smack dab in the middle of nowhere. I mean, we have a pretty wide road back there, but it's not that busy. In each direction, it's wooded on both sides. I did look this up about the station before I got here. I'm not that observant yet, but there's only fare control on the inbound side, so it's kind of just interesting. It feels like almost like a pretend little station, but the footbridge is back open, and there's a decent amount to explore. Alright, so speaking of the footbridge, the stairs are still closed. I guess they are still dangerous, but the ramp is open, and open to the air as well. Another thing, again, I said I looked this up before getting here, but because there's only fare control on the inbound side, because it gets so little usage, the ramp is actually divided into paid, fare zone and outside of fare zone, which reminds me a lot of some stations on the Market Frankfurt line. I haven't been to Philly in quite a while, so I don't remember if it's every station or just a few of them, but there are stations on the MFL that have this sort of division to just make use of one cross passage, which honestly I think is a pretty intelligent thing. Also, I spot a T that is not in line with the T's branding guidelines right down there. I'm up on the footbridge, and I gotta say, it's nice, but this fencing is like dots for the real world. You cannot see anything through this. I don't love it. I could be a lot better. Also, again, I appreciate the usage, the dual usage of a single footbridge. Definitely a good cost-cutting measure, but it means I can't get over there without having to go out of the system to get some good shots on that side of the bridge. That's a transit nerd thing, but it is still a thing. And oh, let's see right here. Looks where the stairs used to be, but there's a little bit of a chunk missing. I'm down at the far end of the inbound platform, the front end, so I guess the southern end. I gotta say I'm loving this station. I mean, every least used station is gonna be serene and quiet in some way, but this just takes it to another level. I thought from what I'd heard about the station that it was gonna be in disrepair, that it was gonna be kind of disgusting, that it wasn't gonna be just very nice, but I'm really enjoying it. Maybe it's because it's a really nice day for the winter, after the cold snap that we had. Maybe it's just because I have a penchant for stations like this. I used to be obsessed with the Franklin Avenue shuttle, still kind of am, but I really do enjoy this. The other thing is I do have a companion with me who's been off camera, and he wants to go check out Riviera Beach, so this might be a little bit of a shorter video, but I will say the surrounding area, regardless of whether or not I'm able to explore it, also does seem quite nice, and Belle Isle Marsh There's another plane. They're a constant here. Belle Isle Marsh, which is nearby, seems like an absolutely incredible park to explore. Might have to do that at some point. And hopefully that exploration comes soon, because the area around Suffolk Downs is about to change a lot. When it first opened in 1894, Suffolk Downs was a station on the Boston, Revere Beach, and Lynn Railroad, originally called Waldemar and built to serve housing in nearby Orient Heights. Though the development eventually failed, the station remained open under the name Belle Isle until the mid-1920s. Soon after, the Berry-operated Maverick to Revere Beach streetcar line opened a small yard with a shelter for inbound passengers near the site of the former station, and, in 1935, the BRB&L Railroad reopened a station, now called Suffolk Downs, to serve the brand-new horse racing track. Over the next few decades, the BRB&L right-of-way was purchased by Berry and turned into the Blue Line, Suffolk Downs was rebuilt out of wood, and then destroyed in a fire in 1976. The station as we know it was built in 1984 and received light renovations as part of the Blue Line modernization project in 1994. However, the horse racing track which the station once served has now closed to be replaced by a shopping and housing district similar to Assembly Square, or similar to the project which the station was originally built to serve. This time, though, the developer has committed $20 million for transit projects, and construction is already well underway. Alright, very precariously balanced on a trash can. I'm gonna do my wrap up here. The next Wonderland train is in like 5 minutes and my companion wants to go. So that's just gonna about do it for this station right here. That's Suffolk Downs for you. It isn't the most interesting station because it's the least used station, and none of the stations are the most interesting station. None of the least used stations are the most interesting, but I think this one really does have a special charm to it, and if you're an aviation geek, I'm not one, but I can appreciate planes, this is a great place to come. Really great views of planes. I'm gonna try to do this quickly because there is a train in 3 minutes, but just to wrap up, this is the least used gated station on the system. It's not the last episode, don't worry about that, but this is the least used gated station with just 521 daily boardings on average in 2019. That's the data I've been pulling from for this entire series. So that's really not a lot of people. Now, there isn't a ton of dense housing around here, so I don't anticipate a lot, but it doesn't help that the racetrack nearby is closed. So 521 people per day, we'll multiply that by 365. That gives us 190,165 people per year. Again, that's not a lot. Could be a lot less, but really is not a lot. Hopefully that'll change. And hopefully the Blue Line stays as good as it is. It's fast, the rolling stock is nice, it's maybe not the most frequent line, but it is consistent, which is pretty much all you can ask. And I gotta say, you know, I didn't explore outside of the station, didn't have a ton of time, gotta get going up to Revere right now, but it seems like this is a great place to come, even just down to the fact that there are trees in the physical station, and there's Belle Isle Marsh right nearby. I highly recommend you come check this out, but that just about does it. The train's coming soon. It says 2 minutes, but I know it's gonna come sooner than that. So with that, thank you so much for watching this shorter least used station video, and see if you can guess what the next one's gonna be. Yes, like I said, this is not over. We got a couple more episodes. Leave that in the comments down below, and I'll see you in the next one.